It's all about love. It's all about being present. It's all about giving space to the grace from a place inside where there's no one there. It's all about trust. It's all about allowing. It's all about being true, being new, living through the place inside where living love resides. Love, light, healing. Love, light, healing.
When we are conscious of our body, our mind, our emotions, and our spirit, when we have the awareness of that inner moment-to-moment harmony, then we are in the state of Arun. We are in the moment.
My background had a lot to do with body awareness, and his background was more deep body work. So, but you know, living with Osho, we were both very aware of the world of meditation.
If there's a goal to what me and Anasha are doing, we want to really make a contribution to the medical side of touch, the poetic side of touch, and the spiritual side of touch. And I think everyone can benefit from what it is our passion that we love to share.
When heaven descends, when heaven descends,
From an early age, Anubuddha was focused on physical activities and already had a great love and appreciation for the human body. Growing up in California, he could be found at the beach most days and became very active in sports. As an all-star high school athlete, he received a basketball scholarship to the University of San Diego. During that time, he became fascinated watching the team trainer treat the athlete's injuries. Realizing that his talents on the court could only take him so far, Anubuddha was drawn to physiotherapy, but felt the traditional medicine approach didn't suit him. Still in his early 20s, he met a brilliant yoga teacher that was a disciple of the enlightened mystic Bhagwan Sri Rajneesh, who later became known as Osho. With his teacher's guidance, Anubuddha made his first trip to India to study yoga and meet Osho. This opened up a whole new world to Anubuddha. He was introduced to Osho's active meditations, psychic massage, deep body work, osteopathy, and many other types of Eastern and Western healing arts. During the next 10 years, he would study postural integration with pioneer Jack Painter, mind-body integration with the renowned Dr. Milton Traeger, craniosacral therapy with the eminent Dr. John Upledger, as well as Thai massage with gifted healers in Thailand. At 22, French-born Anasha found herself living in Germany painting houses for a living. Balancing on top of a ladder all day ended up giving her severe back pain. A neighbor schooled in body awareness through movement noticed her pain and started working with her and invited her to attend a class she taught. Like Anubuddha, this experience opened Anasha's eyes to a whole new world of possibilities. Concurrently, she met a disciple of Osho for the first time. This introduced her to a spiritual world she had never known existed. Identifying that Anasha had a gift for sensitive and healing touch, Her neighbor encouraged her to enroll in a local school in Berlin that taught breath therapy. For 2.5 years, she studied and experienced the subtleties of the natural breath with Professor Ilse Middendorf. She attended numerous Vipassana meditation retreats with Thai master Dhira Vamsa. She also studied psychic massage and many forms of energy healing. This became a career for Anasha. Anasha and Anubuddha met in 1985. They both lived and worked in Osho's communes for more than 16 years. In 1980, under Osho's direct guidance, Anubuddha helped create and taught Osho rebalancing and Osho neo-yoga. For many years, he would teach multiple training sessions a day, 7 days a week.
I had been with Osho now for 12 years, living in his communes. I was giving, for many, many years, from 1980 to 1988, 4 sessions a day. I had touched like literally 20,000 people.
Suffering from chronic shoulder pain, Osho honored Anubuddha by asking him to provide personal therapy to him for over 9 months. During this time, he became Osho's touch-based doctor. This was a deeply transformative and creative time for Anubuddha. Osho said this of Anubuddha,
and he is our best body worker, very sensitive, very alert and very loving and very successful.
With the passing of Osho, Anasha and Anubuddha left the commune. They needed to work and decided to combine their passion for meditation with her training in breath of meditation, body energy, cleansing, and nutrition, and his extensive background in yoga, deep body work, osteopathy, polarity, and craniosacral sensitivity. This was the beginning of Arun conscious touch. For the past 20 years, Anasha and Anubuddha have traveled the world together, bringing Arun conscious touch meditation to thousands of people of all ages from all walks of life. The understanding and awareness they share through Arun of inner energetic anatomy and creative touch will enhance whatever approach to health, touch, and the body that you're interested in. And the atmosphere for learning and experiencing that Anasha and Anubuddha create is very inspiring and original, full of humor, depth, spontaneity, and compassion.
Love and compassion are absolutely needed for your body and its nourishment. And the better body you have, the more possibilities for growing consciousness. It is an organic unity. Anubuddha a totally new kind of education is needed in the world, where fundamentally everybody is introduced into silences of the heart. In other words, into meditations. Where everybody has to be prepared to be compassionate to one's own body, because unless you are compassionate to your own body, you cannot be compassionate to any other body. It is a living organism and it has done no harm to you. Body is the greatest mystery in the whole of existence. This mystery needs to be loved to be intimately inquired into its mysteries, its functionings. And once a man has found in himself the consciousness, he has found the key to the ultimate. Any education that does not teach you to love your body, does not teach you to be compassionate to your body, does not teach you how to enter into its mysteries, will not be able to teach you how to enter into your own consciousness. The body is the door. The body is the stepping stone.
Anyway, Anasha,
Hello.
what a long journey, huh, with the body?
Many, many, many years.
Many years, and we met
Yeah.
28 years ago now?
29.
In the communes of
See, men
Osho.
always forget how many years. 29.
In the communes of Osho, and Arun, conscious touch, what we're sharing with you and hoping it has as big of an effect in your life as it has in ours, of the body and conscious touch as a unity. But we began talking about it when we first met.
Yeah.
That touch and meditation, how it goes together. And then Osho, he really guided us in this direction.
We both have a different path with the body, but we both individually, before we met, we both basically had entered the journey towards consciousness with our own bodies.
With touch, with movement.
Touch, movement awareness. And so my path is different than his path, but they could meet beautifully in our meeting.
Yeah, it's nice, a nice French-California connection also. But anyway, we'll talk more about the beautiful journey we've had and how it can also have a very positive effect on your life.
But I started my journey, I was a young girl. I was 22 years old, and I had lived in my body up to then, but I had no idea, I wasn't conscious that I had a body, except when my body was maybe hurting or I was sick. So the discovery of me having a body and being conscious about it, and about basically the organic unity, including my emotion, the emotional world that was in me, but very suppressed. So when I started to explore the liberation of my emotion and the watching of the functioning of my body, my world changed. And I changed. I became a different person.
And it keeps going, huh?
It has never stopped. Here I am, 63 years old. I'm still in it.
All right, so let's see where we go today.
Okay. The gift of the Buddhas. Arun Conscious Touch teaches and is designed to help you experience directly that the human body is a vibrating electromagnetic energy field. This field of energy, or you, consists of intricate physical, mental, emotional, energetic, sensory, chemical, liquid, air, and spiritual components coexisting and interacting together as a moment-to-moment organic unity. Equally important, Arun reveals that the most intimate, essential, valuable, and precious aspect of each one of us is our witnessing consciousness. This witness is that intrinsic essence inside of us which observes our own body, its functionings, its pleasures, its pains, its high and low. That which can observe our own mind and its thoughts, positive, negative, inspired, depressed. The watcher inside of us sees it all. This witness also observes our feelings, our emotions, from traumatic to ecstatic, and it is beyond them all. The witnessing consciousness is always here now. The past and the future are irrelevant in a funny way. If our body-mind-emotion complex clings to the past or is afraid of the future, the witnessing consciousness is clouded over and does not shine through. Arun conscious touch removes the clouds and allows the intrinsic light of love and awareness to shine through.
So welcome to the world of Arun Conscious Touch. It's where two of the most incredible human qualities meet in conscious touch. The awareness you have inside moves through your hands, and the love you have for what you're touching moves through your hands. The human body is the greatest miracle in the whole of existence. This bag of skin and bones we live in is much more than a physical reality. And through the conscious touch, people, they start to live that they're much more than a physical body. And this is what we're going to try to transmit that to you in these few hours. I think if you can listen with an open heart, your whole sense of touch is going to be transformed through what you see, what you hear, what you feel by tuning into this. I think your whole appreciation and love for the human body. The human hand is one of the most, it's like a miracle. And that's what I want to somehow convey to you, that your hand and the energy that moves through your hand is really a miracle, and it has the ability to help the other person see inside their own essence. In this video and in what we do with conscious touch, we want to talk about a part of touch that usually isn't considered. We want to talk about the touch of meditation. And meditation is a word it's very common. Everybody hears the word and thinks they know, oh yeah, meditation. That's when you close your eyes, or you imagine this, or you think good thoughts, or you come into a good space. As my understanding of meditation is really based on the wisdom of the Buddhas. It's based on the understanding that meditation is no mind, which is already a very difficult concept for the average Western person. What does it mean, no mind? If I can't think, who am I? But you're much more than your mind. And human touch, if it becomes conscious touch, it has to include elements that the mind is always so dominant in everything we do. So if my mind, my normal mind, is judging what I'm touching or comparing this touch to other touches, it can still be a healing touch, but it will not be what we call the touch of meditation. And if you open up your mind, I think you'll catch it very quick that, wow, I can amplify my sense of touch if I expand my mind. So learning how to touch and be with somebody without trying to put them in a box, trying to say, you know, like conscious touch has an element of every touch. And the very word touch, it implies being in the moment and being present. And that's what we're going to give you, some really practical keys to how to transform your touch, that it's almost always you're in the present moment. And then I was very fortunate when I was 23 to come across an Indian mystic, an enlightened man named Osho. And he was the first person I ever heard say, the body is the door to your inner consciousness. And now that's a very simple sentence, but think of that. Your body, your material reality, is the door to the consciousness that lives inside of you. I think you're going to be really surprised how you can learn to touch in a way that incorporates it all. You touch the body, you touch the skeleton, you touch the muscles, but you also touch the person's heart. You touch their deepest feelings. Every incredible thing can be looked at with the 3 M's. You know, the 3 M's in Osho's vision was mathematics, music, and meditation. So I'm going to show you a little bit through these days the touching, the mathematics of the human body. It has a structure, the skeleton has a structure, the muscles, the blood, how it flows through us, the breath, the organs and glands. It's like an ecosystem. It's like every human body is an ecosystem, ecological system. And when you see that, even if somebody might be in a lot of pain, but if you see, oh, it's just a walking ecosystem, we can rebalance it. We can play with the balance of this system very easy. And as you know, nature rejuvenates itself with the right energy very quickly. So with the energy of conscious touch, anybody's body, which includes their mind, which might be kind of full of tension, or it includes their emotions, it can be rebalanced. It can be brought back in. You must have seen rivers that are dirty, and then intelligent, loving human beings stop dumping chemicals into that river. They bring a little more shade, or they bring a little cleaning to it. That river a year later looks so beautiful, and people are swimming in it. So with the human body, whatever is happening in your body right now, if you add consciousness to it, and this happens Arun style, which means every morning it starts again. It's not what you did yesterday, has nothing to do with who you are today. It's every moment. And when you get into every moment, the body has an inner wisdom that cleans itself. It's just a kind of miraculous gift that the human body is much more than muscles and bones. And that's also what I want to really give to you in this video. And I sincerely think it can alter your sense of touch forever. Your hands are going to be like a good gardener. You cannot bring the flowers, you cannot bring the fruits from another person, but you can really prepare the ground so they can flower. And there's a lot of pain that's inside of each human being that with the light of consciousness, it starts to dissolve. So there's a mathematics to the human energy field. Everybody, you have a mathematics. That's why many of you are unaware of your body structure, and without that awareness, you're going to create problems in your physical body. There is a mathematics. Gravity is going through us all, and we can learn how to live within the mathematics. But let me get musical for a moment, because I took away part of the sacrum here so you could see the nerves. But isn't it beautiful, the human body? But the human body, if you just isolate the skeleton, like the cranium here, the pelvic bowl here, it's like a sitar. If you haven't thought about it before, your body is a moving musical instrument. The way you use your voice, the way you use your eyes, the way you move, it's like an instrument. And what happens through pain and tension is the same thing that happens to a musical instrument that's put in the cold too long, it's put in a dusty corner, and the strings become totally out of tune. Most people's body isn't in tune because it's not in the present moment. It's living in the past, and your past naturally weighs you down. So how to come into the moment is what conscious touch is about. You learn to use your mind, not comparing this touch to any other touch. There's some key principles of Arun that if you do it, the touch becomes a meditation for the one receiving and for the one giving. If you bypass those principles, human touch still happens, it's still beautiful, but it ceases to be a meditation. It becomes a goal, it becomes some goals are, there are lofty goals that are okay, it's okay that, but many expectations around touch lead you in a direction that defeats the purpose. It sets you up for more tension. It takes time, but I learned how to touch without judging people. You don't need to analyze people to take them into a state of meditation. And when they go deep inside in a state of meditation, their body heals themselves. I think a lot of times people forget the music in the body. And music can, when we're in touch with music, it goes right through tension. Tension cannot exist around music. So part of what we do, we're helping people remember the music that is inside their body. You have music, and you're a musical instrument, and you can choose not to be aware of that or be aware of it. And then the third M is a lot of people, they're always doing, and they're quite musical, but then they lose the meditation. They can't be silent. They can't be still. They can't, just stop. Just be totally receptive. Just wait. Just be quiet. People, if you're too musical, and you must have seen this, there comes a point where music is noise. So you never want to have any one of the M's controlling your life. You want to live through all of them. And that's what I'm going to show you now with touching, how your touch sometimes can be mathematically oriented, it can sometimes be musically oriented. And when you do go deep into meditation, you understand energy. In India, there's some forms of buildings, you just go in the form, inside the structure, and your body relaxes.